14 Intriguing Oddities About Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, one of Hollywood's most iconic figures, has left behind a legacy filled with glamour, controversy, and intrigue. While most remember her for her platinum blonde hair, seductive voice, and breathtaking beauty, there are countless peculiarities associated with her life that remain lesser known. Let's uncover some of these intriguing oddities about the enigmatic starlet. Fact number 1. Norma Jean, the birth of a legend. Before the world came to know her as the seductive and charismatic Marilyn Monroe, she was simply Norma Jean Mortensen. Born on June 1, 1926, she was later baptized as Norma Jean Baker. But how did she transition from Norma Jean to the iconic Marilyn Monroe? The transformation wasn't just about the change of name, it was a full reinvention. Monroe, as a screen name, became synonymous with glamour, allure, and Hollywood's golden era. Interestingly, it took several years in the spotlight before she made it her legal identity. On February 23, 1956, she officially bid farewell to her birth name and became Marilyn Monroe in the eyes of the law. Number 2. Marilyn's challenging early life. Before becoming the iconic starlet known to the world, Marilyn Monroe faced numerous adversities in her youth. Born as Norma Jean Mortensen, her unstable childhood forced her to bounce between foster homes and orphanages. Her mother, Gladys, suffered from mental health issues and was frequently institutionalized, rendering her unable to care for Norma Jean. Monroe's early life was marred by reports of abuse and neglect. At one point, to avoid returning to the orphanage system, young Norma Jean agreed to marry her boyfriend, James Dougherty, at just 16. This marriage was her escape from the harsh reality of her early life, but it also marked the beginning of her transformation into Marilyn Monroe, the glamorous Hollywood icon. Number 3. Journey through love, Monroe's marriages. Marilyn's personal life was as much a topic of discussion as her film roles. She walked down the aisle 3 times, with each marriage capturing significant media attention. At the tender age of 16, in 1942, she said "I do" to James Dougherty, a union that would last until 1946. Then, in 1954, the world watched as the glamorous actress married baseball sensation Joe DiMaggio. Their union was short-lived, lasting just 274 days. Yet, love wasn't done with Monroe. In 1956, she married renowned playwright Arthur Miller, a relationship that brought together 2 of the era's most brilliant minds, albeit with its own set of challenges. Number 4. Marilyn and Playboy, An Unexpected Beginning. In December 1953, the world was introduced to Playboy magazine, with Marilyn Monroe gracing its first-ever centerfold. This historic appearance solidified her status as a sex symbol. However, the story behind this photo is as intriguing as Monroe's life itself. Contrary to popular belief, she never posed specifically for Playboy. Hugh Hefner, the magazine's founder, purchased the rights to a previously taken nude photo of Monroe for a mere $500. This savvy acquisition set the tone for what Playboy would become, with Monroe as its pioneering figure. Number 5. An Intriguing Affair, Marilyn and the Kennedys. Marilyn Monroe's association with President John F. Kennedy has become one of Hollywood's most tantalizing mysteries. Speculation and whispers of a deeper relationship have long surrounded the pair, intensified by Monroe's sensuous performance of Happy Birthday at Madison Square Garden in May 1962. Dressed in a skin-tight, glittering gown, her rendition was far from innocent and became one of the most iconic moments of her career. While rumors of an affair have never been conclusively proven, the magnetic pull between the two during that event remains one of the most discussed and analyzed episodes in Monroe's life. Number 6. Monroe, the intellectual behind the image. Marilyn Monroe's on-screen characters often portrayed her as a naive, ditzy blonde, but behind the scenes, she was a passionate intellectual. Monroe possessed an insatiable appetite for literature, boasting a personal library of over 400 books. Her collection was eclectic, featuring works by American literary giants like Hemingway and Steinbeck, as well as deeper introspective reads from Freud. This thirst for knowledge wasn't just for show. Monroe actively engaged with the material, making annotations in her books. Her love for reading underscores the vast gap between the public perception of Monroe and the complex, thoughtful individual she truly was. Number 7. Monroe and the Mob, Fact or Fiction? The mysterious circumstances surrounding Marilyn Monroe's death have given rise to countless conspiracy theories. One of the most tantalizing and debated speculations is her alleged ties to organized crime. Rumors suggest that her close relationships with high-profile figures, including the Kennedys, might have inadvertently exposed her to the mafia's behind-the-scenes operations. Some theorists posit that what she knew, whether about political secrets, mob dealings, or both, might have contributed to her untimely passing. Though investigations have been conducted, the true nature and depth of her connections to the underworld remain shrouded in mystery, adding another layer to the enigma that is Marilyn Monroe. Number 8. Marilyn's Heartbreak, the Pain of Lost Motherhood. Behind the glittering facade of Hollywood fame, Marilyn Monroe harbored a deeply personal sorrow, her unfulfilled dream of motherhood. Throughout her life, Monroe endured 3 heart-wrenching miscarriages, with perhaps the most publicized one occurring during her union with renowned playwright Arthur Miller. Each miscarriage compounded her already fragile emotional state, deepening her struggles with mental health. While Marilyn's fans saw her as the epitome of glamour and success, very few understood the profound pain she carried with her due to her inability to bear a child. Number 9. The iconic white dress, a night to remember. One of the most defining moments of Marilyn Monroe's career was the iconic white dress scene from the movie The 7-Year Itch. Filmed on September 15, 1954, at approximately 1 a.m., this seemingly simple scene became an instant sensation. As the subway grate caused her dress to flutter upwards, Monroe playfully tried to hold it down, capturing the hearts of viewers. What's even more remarkable is that this nighttime shoot in New York City attracted a staggering crowd of nearly 2,000 onlookers, all eager to catch a glimpse of the glamorous star in action. The scene not only etched itself into cinema history but also encapsulated the magnetic allure of Marilyn Monroe. Number 10. A Habitual Delay, Marilyn's Chronic Tardiness. Marilyn Monroe, for all her glamour and charisma, had a consistent flaw: she was notoriously late. On the set of her final completed film, The Misfits, her tardiness became particularly evident. Crew members found themselves waiting for hours on end for the star to arrive. But this wasn't just diva behavior. Monroe's chronic lateness was a complex issue, rooted in her personal battles with nerves, insomnia, and an increasing dependence on prescription pills. While on the surface it might have seemed like mere disregard for others' time, it was a reflection of the deeper struggles she was undergoing. Number 11. A brilliant mind, the intelligence quotient of Monroe. Contrary to the naive blonde character she often portrayed on screen, Marilyn Monroe was an intellectually gifted individual. With an IQ of 168, she ranked well above the average range. To put this into perspective, renowned physicist Albert Einstein is believed to have had an IQ around 160. Similarly, Stephen Hawking, another brilliant physicist, had his IQ estimated in the same range. This stark contrast between Monroe's public image and her personal intellect is not only a testament to her acting skills but also highlights the unfortunate Hollywood typecasting. Behind the dazzling smile and sultry voice was a sharp, astute mind that many, unfortunately, overlooked or dismissed, even though it rivaled some of the greatest minds in history. Number 12. Marilyn's unique beauty techniques. Monroe's beauty regimen was as unique as the woman herself. When it came to her lips, she didn't settle for just one shade of lipstick. Instead, she meticulously layered 5 different hues and glosses. This technique added depth and dimension, giving her lips a fuller and more luscious appearance. But her beauty secrets didn't end there. Monroe also applied a hormone cream to her face. An unintended side effect of this was the growth of a fine layer of peach fuzz. But ever the innovator, Monroe embraced this, stating that the delicate fuzz captured studio lighting in a way that gave her skin an ethereal glow on camera. This approach, unconventional as it might have been, highlighted her willingness to experiment and redefine standards of beauty. Number 13. Monroe's hidden intellectual treasury. Years after Marilyn Monroe's tragic demise, a secret storage unit belonging to the starlet was uncovered, revealing an unexpected facet of her personality. Among its contents were over 400 books covering a diverse range of subjects, from art and history to philosophy and poetry. This impressive collection shattered the long-standing stereotype of Monroe as merely a dumb blonde. Instead, it painted a picture of an intellectually curious individual, keen on expanding her horizons and deeply engaged with the world's cultural and philosophical treasures. Number 14. Marilyn's Death, a lingering Hollywood mystery. On August 5, 1962, the world was stunned by the sudden death of Marilyn Monroe. Officially ruled a probable suicide from an overdose of barbiturates, many unanswered questions persist. Monroe's associations with influential figures like the Kennedy family and alleged ties to the mafia have fueled numerous conspiracy theories. Discrepancies in the timing of her death's reporting, the lack of a suicide note, and conflicting witness accounts have further clouded the circumstances. Despite the official narrative, Monroe's demise remains a topic of speculation and intrigue, making it one of Hollywood's most enduring mysteries.